Welcome to Plug and Play. Welcome to Plug and Play Summer Summit Day 3. Thank you. Awesome, great energy. My name is Sopan Khani. I'm a director of our mobility program, and this is day number 3. How many of you guys were in Plug and Play for day 1 and day 2? Okay, good. So for those of you who don't know, for the first day, we had our insurance program, fintech program, and connected health program graduation day. Yesterday, we had brand and retail, food and beverage, and new material and packaging. So this is day number 3, the last day, the marathon of Summer Summit. In the morning, we have our mobility program. After this, we have travel and hospitality, and in the afternoon, IoT. This is our corporate network. You can see we work with across the industry different programs that Plug and Play has. And today, for the mobility group, we have our corporate partners who are here to listen to the pitch, the demo day of our startups, their graduation date, working with us for the past 3 months. In terms of mobility, corporate partners that we've been working with them to select these startups that you're going to see them, you're going to listen to their pitch. We've been working with different OEM like Daimler, Changan, Ford, and Tier 1 suppliers, companies like Valeo, Bosch, to help us select these startups to come to Plug and Play and basically embrace their technology to work with them. In terms of new technologies that we're looking for in a mobility space, as Daimler guys put it in the case, C as connected car, A as autonomous car, S as a smart city, shared economy, and the last one, electrification. These are the topics that we cover for today. And you will see, in terms of selection process, we work with our partners in the past 6 months to start from like a pool of 800 startups to go through the filtration process, to go down after selection day to 21 companies that you're gonna meet with them today. We are not working only with early stage startups. The program that we have here is stage agnostic. Out of these 21 companies, 16% of them, they raise even more than $5 million. So they're not looking for a small amount of investment or only office space. Why they are here is because they want to connect with you guys. They want to do a pilot project with you guys. And that's a reason behind Plug and Play model. In terms of technology breakdown, we see a lot in connected car, connected vehicle, autonomous driving, and you're going to see the startups from and you can judge yourself. I wanted to thank our corporate partners who are more involved with us. Since the beginning of the program that we launched the mobility program in 2016, we did more than 350 startup introduction to all our corporate partners. And Daimler has been very active with us. They had 57 startup introduction. This is only in Silicon Valley, because Silicon Valley is not the only location that we have for our mobility program. We also have Stuttgart, the startup Autobahn. You're going to hear about that more. We have Plug and Play Mobility China in Beijing and Shanghai. And we also have a program in Berlin with Deutsche Bahn focused on public transportation and logistics. What I want to focus on is you are here in this room for different reasons. Maybe you are here to learn about the hype in the industry or find some disruptive technologies or basically like me to just learn some about buzzword. What we really want to see here is you guys embrace the technologies that these startups have, work with them in terms of having a pilot projects with them, invest on them. We have a lot of people coming to Plug and Play for startup introduction, but what we really want to see is basically embracing their technology and doing what Daimler guys are doing in Stuttgart and here in Silicon Valley. With that, I want to show a quick video of how Daimler get their business unit involved with these startups and doing a project with them.
My name is Ronny Dumian. I'm working for Smart, Vehicle Concept and Innovations.
My name is Dieter Feder and I work for Business Innovation at Daimler AG.
We came across Gauzy just before the start of the Startup Autobahn program, and we took the chance to set up a common project with them.
We had a crazy idea in my department. We looked at, okay, what do we need to get this idea to the next level?
The project was about taking the Gauzy technology and making something more out of it, which could potentially be a use case for our vehicles.
The collaboration with Gauzy was beneficial to this extent that it's very, very fast, not only prototyping, but getting already certain level of technology to the next level, and also providing a little bit of a space for, let's call it, a positive coincidence.
Well, working with startups is certainly extremely agile and dynamic. And what's great about them is that they are focused and very dedicated towards projects and towards their technology.
Sometimes it's just the plausible solution and the speed that helps bringing a large company and a smaller company or startup together.
The conclusion up to now is that it seems to be a promising technology and can really be a customer use case inside our vehicles.
A good experience, and we are actually in the moment of trying to get all the parts through customs and getting them assembled.
Please welcome on stage, Gauzy.
Archimedes once said, "Give me a place to stand and I shall move the earth." I'd like to thank Plug and Play and Startup Autobahn for providing Gauzy the place to stand. Basically, what Gauzy has developed during the accelerator program is a system and technology to enable high-definition displays on a window of a car in order to communicate location-based and time-based messages with dynamic displays and videos that become transparent when you need to drive the car.
Awesome. With that, I want to invite Plug and Play founder and CEO Saeed Hamidi to come on stage for a little bit of an opening remark. Please round of applause for Saeed.
Thank you so much. I don't know if I can operate this. No, I'm just joking. No, I wanted to welcome everybody. It has been an incredible year for us. I would say it's the first year that we have operated in Stuttgart, Startup Autobahn, but we also opened 2 offices in Paris, one with BNP Paribas and one with Galeries Lafayette. A third one could be underway for mobility. And we also opened a couple of offices in Berlin with Deutsche Bahn. We are really excited. And here in Silicon Valley, I kept saying I don't want to have more than 10 verticals, but Merck's and the UN Pacific Rail came to us, and everybody says this supply chain and logistics and also procurement has not changed for 50 years. So we really think we can have an incredible cost reduction if we manage our supply chain better, have total visibility from the raw material coming into the factories and the finished goods getting to the consumer. Generally, there is about 20–30% of cost of everything we buy is the shipping, storage, and we think it's possible to take, 10% of that 25–30% down. A lot of the trucks go 35% empty, I heard. And yesterday I had a railroad expert with me from Kansas, and he said the utilization of each rail car is less than 25%. And if somehow you can increase that 25% utilization by 10%, is an incredible savings. But again, today is about mobility, and we had an incredible year both in Silicon Valley and Stuttgart. So I wanted to tell you, whatever we start here and we see it works, we try to have a satellite location close to the center of automotive industry. And specifically, we feel this network effect of connecting Stuttgart to Silicon Valley has incredible results. Then Valeo, Bosch, and Mercedes asked us, China is the biggest market in the world, is the fastest market in the world in production of automotive, and can we do the same thing in China, which we have in Beijing, as well as in Shanghai. Then Singapore is more focused on retail and fintech and not in production. But again, we are really proud of our operation in Singapore with Startup Autobahn and with the fintech companies. This is, I would say, what somebody asked me. Actually, I went to Johnson & Johnson Human Performance Institute, and it was like 500 questions, and then that I had to answer. Then they had 5 of my wife, my children, and some of my work colleagues answer 100 questions about how am I spiritually, how am I as a leader, where do I want to be in life? I tell you, it was the most difficult thing I did. And then the last part of it, they tell you what is your mission in your life. It's really tough. So I came up with the idea and my mission in life that I want to help. One time I said many entrepreneurs. At that time I had 5,000 companies in mind to have a better journey, have a better impact. And this was in a TED Talk that I did 4 years ago in Moscow. But right now I am a little bit pivoted, as the startups pivot. I really want to connect the entrepreneurs with corporations like Mercedes to improve the quality of the products that we use, and at the same time create value for the entrepreneur, for the corporation, as well as for Plug and Play. So I am in this business to make money. So it's that part I could not skip from my mission. But this, because I think it's metrics of success. But in any case, in Startup Autobahn, with the initiation of Mercedes, we opened the facility about a year ago. Then as Mercedes being very good leader, we called it open innovation. And quite frankly, Ulla and Dr. Seche and Wilfred Port, they kind of said, Said, the other OEMs will not join us. So we can call it open innovation. But when Porsche decided to join us, they kind of were surprised and excited. And then I had the dinner with Ola in CES in Las Vegas, and he got the approval to have other OEM join us. Right now, I believe we have 10 partners in Stuttgart between the OEM and raw material suppliers and component suppliers, and we would like to reach 20 by the end of this year. But the exciting part of it is that how many pilots Mercedes was able to do with the first batch of startups. I have heard the number between 10 to 13 pilots. And with the 10 startups that we had in Stuttgart, the second batch, we have now 28 startups in Stuttgart. And the numbers comes to my mind, Mercedes is going to do 18 pilots. Porsche is going to do 6 or 7. BASF is going to do 4. HPE is going to do 4. And we really think after they do the pilot, like in this case, a Gauzy video you saw, we feel 10% of the pilots might actually be implemented inside the car. And I think that's incredible. If we have 2, 3 of our startups, put their products inside Porsche or Mercedes per year, we think we have done a great job. So I want to show you a quick video, I believe, right? Sopan, am I going to a video now? Yeah. Oh, this is before the video. This will not be possible if we didn't have the executive board of Mercedes involved. If you see Dr. Seche with the big mustache, for the people who don't know him, he's the CEO of Mercedes. He's with Carlos, which is a truck pad company out of Brazil. It's Uber for trucking. And imagine this startup entrepreneur leaves Sao Paulo, Brazil, comes to Stuttgart, and Dr. Seche mentors him for an hour. That's pretty cool. Ola is mentoring one of our Israeli companies, but nowadays in Stuttgart, we have something called the Focus Week, that all the startups come, all the corporations come, and for 3 days, we have one-on-one matchmaking, we have speaker programs, we have a lot of excitement, and usually at the end, we have an event like this. Last month was at the headquarters or the museum of Porsche, and the month before that was at Mercedes. But I want to show you what happens at the time of the graduation.
This is very exciting. If you work in R&D and get in touch with people that have great ideas, visions for what the future of mobility could look like, I would say it's very exciting.
It is unbelievable to see this crowd here. Innovation happens everywhere, and if we connect them, it will be a bigger success and a better success. Thank you.
We really want to bring together our tech expertise with the software, with the hardware intelligence of the startups worldwide. So please join us. We want to get in touch with you, and we want to do pilots with you.
So this was February 23rd, about 900 people, 200 corporate partners were in the room. And I can tell you, if you're a startup like Gauzy and you're on stage and you show your I think Gauzy had 2 pilots with Mercedes, it is like they were like superstar. It was like winning Oscars. But quite frankly, something happened a little bit unusual. This was 23rd. The Mercedes folks told me, Saeed, you have to come back in 10 days. And I said, are you crazy? Do you know you're in Stuttgart? It's not like next door. And they told me, no, Saeed, we have a supplier appreciation day. We invite 300 of our best suppliers in the world. We choose 30 of them that we want to recognize in 10 category, and you have to be there. I kept asking them, look, I'm not going to come if I'm not going to win. They kept telling me, Saeed, we cannot tell you if you're going to win or you're not going to win, but you better be there. So it was kind of exciting. I talked to a couple of friends, and I said, what should I do? They say, you better go. So I went, and I don't know how many of you have been, because we have Farsia here, Vallejo here. How many of you have been to the Mercedes Suppliers Award ceremony ever? I tell you, they do things with little bigger budget than I do. It was an incredible event, but I want to show you again a short presentation about that day. that. This is the trophy I received, and I am incredibly, on behalf of Plug and Play team and Startup Autobahn team, quite proud. And then the next person who got the trophy, I asked him, how long you been supplying Mercedes? He said, 62 years. I said, how many trophies do you have? He said, this is the first one. So it is actually pretty hard to get. I have heard. It is hard to be invited to the event. It's hard to be nominated. And again, we are super, super thankful and proud to receive the trophy. So I will end with this. After I got the trophy, I said I would like to every expo give a trophy to the corporation that has put effort, money, most importantly, time to get involved with startups, get involved with entrepreneurs, and with the really, because it's not easy, as the speaker from Mercedes said, the corporation work at a different timetable. I think sometimes they work in a different country and different world compared to the startup. And to make this match is really, really difficult for, we're gonna have Ford Lab here to combine the old sort of culture and old processes to work with new companies and startups. And this year we give the award to Mercedes. Can you join me here to receive? I'm going to give you the certificate, but the trophy is being made right now. No, that one. Please, Philip, maybe you can say a few words and then about your experience in the last year.
So, first of all,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll leave it for you over there.
Perfect, yeah.
He didn't know he's going to talk, by the way.
So now I'm alone on the stage. Yeah, you see, you got an award, we got an award, and I think, so we both are honored to work, to be able to work together, and I think we managed to bring together the spirit of Silicon Valley with the German engineering craftsmanship, yeah, and we sort of brought out the best of both worlds together. And this is, in my opinion, the key success factor for Startup Autobahn in Stuttgart. So what's the reason for Daimler to do such a great initiative in Stuttgart in terms of size and energy? There are 4 reasons we are doing it. The first, obviously, is we need a new innovation channel to face all the new digital disruptive activities that come over the automotive industry. The second is we need an innovation platform where we not only collaborate between Daimler and the startups, but also to see what can be achieved if we have a platform where we can collaborate between corporates, startups, and other corporates. And Startup Autobahn serves as such a platform. And for this, we need this open innovation approach where we can combine all our strengths to make new things happen quickly. The third thing is that we, as Daimler, need a cultural change. We need to become more like a startup again, and right now we are 270,000 people, roughly. And we think that working together with startups helps us to get to know the spirit of having no plan B, need to achieve results in very short time. And Startup Autobahn helps us to find our way back to the garage, so to say, where all the Daimler story began 130 years ago. And the fourth reason for us to do Startup Autobahn is that if a startup in the mobility industry thinks about working together with a corporate partner, right now maybe it thinks about talking to Google or to Uber first. And we think that with the help of Startup Autobahn, we should put us as corporate partners onto the map of the startups and to get more visible to them as a cool first contact when combining the strengths of a startup and with the strengths and power of a corporate. So for these reasons, we are very happy that the program runs so successfully right now and hope that we have a long and lasting relationship together with Plug and Play. So I'm really looking forward to it.